Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, fellow gardeners. It's Brad. So I'm going to plant my Purple Cherokee indeterminate tomato since I'm limited on space, like I mentioned in my first video, because I have deer and not a lot of sunlight because of all the trees. I'm mostly on a wooded lot, and the one area where I do have sun, I'm a little worried about the drainage from the septic tank. So my first year at this house, this is my first summer, I'm going to do containers. We'll just see how it goes. So this is a 5-gallon pot container with soil and a little bit of vermiculite, because it's going to have a challenge of staying watered because it's in a container. I'm going to help it out as much as I can with vermiculite. So with the Purple Cherokee here, it's an indeterminate tomato. I use, this is one of my favorite fertilizers I use. It's organic, and it's done really well for me. As you can see with my other tomatoes, that's about 3 weeks with just water, fish emulsion, some of that heirloom tomato and vegetable food, and some powdered dry milk, and I'll explain that in another video. But in this one here, I'm going to just basically put it in a container. I'm going to take off the peat on the side. I'm going to leave it inside the container because it will help absorb water and help with growth. So I'm going to add the vermiculite here and just kind of dig it in, do my best. And as I do that, I really don't measure much. I hate to say it. Sorry for the shaky camera work. Kind of new to all this. I'm going to add some tomatoes fertilizer. Yeah, I'm new at this. You can tell, right? So, a container like that, I'm not going to use much, and I'm just going to mix it in. My hopes is that I'm planting it on the dirt here, that the roots will go out into the grass and help feed a little bit more. That's about right. I'll backfill it with a little bit more soil, but I'm going to plant this really deep. Almost a third of this plant, or maybe half, is going to be underneath. And I'm going to take off all of the peat pot, but I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to leave it in there. And that's a good ways down there. And basically I'm just going to backfill around it. Get it good and tight. And backfill it with some more soil. So as you can see, I buried this pretty deep. And some of you are going to think, well, what about disease and water splashing up on the roots? That is a concern. However, this being a container, I'm going to water it with the can and make sure it doesn't hit any of the leaves within a week with all the fertilizer in the soil. Really going to help the plant get to where it needs to be, where they won't cause disease or anything like that. So this is my Purple Cherokee, like I mentioned before. Hopefully in the next couple weeks it should be enough for a tomato cage. I'm hoping it doesn't get too big. I'm hoping to have some tomatoes by July. But other than that, I'm off to a good start, I think. Thanks, everybody.